So in this video, we are doing proportional relationships. A proportional relationship is a relationship between two quantities where the ratio of one quantity to the other remains constant. So for example, $5 a gallon, $10 a pound. Those are examples of proportional relationships. And so this is the equation you will see quite a bit when dealing with constant proportionality. You should already know how to do one-step equations from 6th grade math. And this is a one-step equation. So if you do not know one-step equations from 6th grade math, I recommend to review them. You should know how to move stuff around. When something's being added, to move to the other side, you'd subtract, and vice versa. When something is being multiplied, if you had to move it to the other side, you would divide it, and vice versa. Okay, so let's go to Khan Academy. Let's find constant proportionality from graphs, equations, tables. Compare them. Let's start here. Which line has a constant proportionality of 5? Well, constant proportionality, since it's a consistent change, it's also when looking at a graph, it's the change of y over x. So up 5 over 1. Which of these can you go up 5 over 1? And that would be this one, this blue one. Up 5 units, right 5, right 1. Up 5 units, right 1, I meant to say. Oh, I selected the wrong one. Oops, it should be A. Okay, so then this one, what's the constant proportionality? Well, it's the change of y, which is 3 units, over the change of x. So this is 3. Which line here has a constant and proportionality of 1/2? So which of these would you be able to go up 1 over 2? And that would be the purple one. And here you go up 2 over 3, and so the constant proportionality is the change of y over the change of x. Now let's look at constant proportionality from equations. This is even easier. It's right before the x. That is your k. That is your constant of proportionality. So this has to be 0.25, which would be this one, 1/4, right? Now it's 7. And which of these have a constant proportionality of 10? Well, 30 divided by 3 is 10. The other ones are not. So also very simple. Which of these have a constant proportionality of 3/4? Okay, so y equals k times x. My constant proportionality is 3/4. So 3/4 times what gets you? 3/4 times x should get you y. So let's see, what's 3/4 times 8? That would be 6. Okay, that one works so far. What about 3/4 times 9? By the way, I'm using a calculator, feel free. Or you could do this by hand, right? 3/4 times 9. That's 27 over 4. Cannot be simplified. 3/4 times 10 is 30 over 4, which is simplified to 15 over 2. That one works. No need to check the others. And so that's how you do the tables. What times x gets you y? What times, if x times 10 gets you y, this one works. I'm pretty sure it's A again. Let's see, actually, 12 times 10 is not 132, actually. That does not work. 5 times 10 is not 20. It would be C. When you multiply all these by 10, you get your y. So now they want you to find the constant proportionality, and this is when one-step equations come in handy. So y equals k times x. So that means 4.5 equals k times 9. What times 9 gets you 4.5? You divide both sides by 9. 4.5 divided by 9 is 0.5. And that's the answer. That's your constant proportionality. If you were to multiply all these by a half, you would get 7, you would get 15. So find your constant proportionality by setting up a one-step equation. If you get it wrong, they will show you how to do it. They'll even give you some hints to help you along the way. All right, moving on. So now comparing. Let's compare constants of proportionality. Okay, so select the car that is traveling the fastest. Well, this is 50 kilometers an hour. D is distance, H is hour. So this is 55 an hour. And if a car is traveling 135 kilometers in 3 hours, you would do 135 divided by 3. 135 divided by 3 gets you 45. So this one's 45 kilometers per hour. The fastest one would be B. Which of these have the same relationship? Well, here you have to know how to rearrange equations. If I have 5y is equal to 2x, I would have to divide both sides by 5. And I would get y equals 2/5 x. That one doesn't work. For the other one, if I divided both sides by 8, that'd get me 20/8, which is 5 over 2. This one works. Okay, up 5 over 2. This one works. This one does not. And so it would be B, C, and 1 times 5 over 2 is 2.5. Yes, 4 times 5 over 2 is 10. That one also works. So here you're just finding which is the fastest, or this, whatever the question is that they're asking. You're just comparing the different ones, equations, graphs, tables. What does 2 mean in this situation? Betty's Bakery calculates the total price for cupcakes using the equation D equals 2 times C. So D is how much she makes. So she makes $2 per cupcake. We can calculate E, the amount of euros that has the same value as D. How many euros have the same value as $1? Okay, so $1 is 17/20ths of a euro. And how many US dollars have the same value as 1 euro? And so 1 euro, so we'd have to put in a 1 for E and solve for D. And so you would divide both sides by 17/20ths. So what's 1 divided by 17/20ths? Well, rules of fractions, take the second fraction, flip it, and multiply. And you would get 20/17ths. So 20/17ths of a dollar is 1 euro. What does 5 mean in the situation? Well, 5 seconds to type a word. These are pretty simple. Now interpreting constant proportionality. What kind of nut can Clark buy the most with his budget of $12? Well, you want which one goes up the fastest. So you can get more you want the one that's going to give you the most kilograms. And that's cheapest. So you can see for 2 kilograms is $8, but for $8 you only get 1 kilogram here and about 3/4. So it'd be best for the peanuts. And so this is just interpreting what it means, and that's pretty much up to quiz 1. So good luck with quiz 1. Let me know if you have any questions.